Well, I'm delighted to say that we've got Mr. Ben Foster on the line. Ben, you there?
Hi, good evening. Sorry, yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Hey, not a bad day for you.
Yeah, good day, mate. Yeah, like Andy said there, they scored their goal with 10 minutes to go, and it was proper squeaky bum time. Yeah, they had that obviously that free header in the last sort of second of the game, and from my point of view, I honestly didn't know whether it was in or out until he kind of whistled past the post. But no, it's a great win. It's a great start. Fair play to the lads in front of me again today. They were awesome.
Hi Ben, Andy here. I was actually going to ask you, was your heart in your mouth at that header at the very end? But just going to Javi. Obviously, Watford have had a bit of a checkered past with managers and switching them left, right, and centre. But it seems to be a really positive atmosphere at the club at the moment. And what's Javi's man management like?
Oh, Javi's top man. Honestly, he's a really nice bloke. He's not one of those kind of real sort of ranter and ravers, but I think that's what works in his favour. To be honest with you, he's real calm, and the lads appreciate that. I think the modern manager, they can't really be a ranter and raver anymore. They don't buy into it. So no, he's great. He's a top bloke. Everybody enjoys like his training sessions, the way he comes over, his mannerisms. Even he's English. His English is pretty good as well, to be fair. And he's got us playing a style of football which is kind of slightly different to what they were doing last season. It's a lot more front foot sort of pressing, but it's something that I think we've got the players to do as well. Not every team could play that style of football because you're not going to have the players to do it. But I think we have got the players to do that.
Ben, Alex here. Hope you're well, mate. Just talk to me through your summer. Obviously, the season ended on a sour note. What was your thinking in the summer, and why Watford?
Obviously the summer completely finished. It was obviously really, really disappointing. I'd had 7 really good years at West Brom, and in all honesty, there was no talk of kind of trying to leave or move or anything like that. A few things kind of went on over the course of the summer that I kind of didn't agree with at the club at West Brom. That wasn't really in the sort of grain of how they've been run as a club since I've been there, and I didn't really like it.
What were those? What were those things?
It was just the way sort of a few people were tweeted. I don't want to go into too many details, but there was a few people sort of that have been at the club, not just players, but staff as well. That have been at the club for a long time. That kind of were either sort of let go, released, sort of sacked, sort of at the drop of a hat, really. And I didn't enjoy that. Obviously, I had, like I said, I was kind of happy to stay. We were trying to negotiate something where I could, sign a longer contract so I could stay there. That didn't really come to fruition either. And then Watford came in, and like I said, when I signed, it was something that it was probably one of the only clubs I would have actually signed for. Having known the club, I hadn't been here before. I'd had a great 2 years here earlier on in my career. So it made it a lot easier to actually come here and start again, really. I spoke to people at the club, Troy Deeney, people like that, Adrian Mariappa, and they obviously had good things to say about the club. So it was an easier decision to make. It was still a hard decision, but it was a lot easier being Watford.
Yeah, and talk to me about the club now, because it's obviously changed a little bit since the days that I used to run you every inch of the way for that starting spot, that real competition that you had. How's the club changed now? Don't laugh too hard.
Be nice.
No, do you know what? In all honesty, it's still it's still got the same kind of core feeling of what it did when it was back then. It was always a really family orientated club, a real sort of close knit club, and it still has, thankfully, it's still got that sort of same feeling. The training ground's changed a little bit. They've obviously sort of bolted on a few buildings here and there, and the training pitches are a million miles away from what we used to train on, and obviously the pitch as well. But I remember sort of 12 odd years ago, they used to have, I think it was the Harlequins playing on it at the time, or the Wasps or something like that. And I remember playing on Saturday, and there would be lumps here and there and everywhere. It was awful. And fair play to it now that the pitch is like a bowling green. It's absolutely beautiful. But no, the same. It's still the same kind of core belief, and we've obviously got a massive sort of Spanish and kind of Italian influence on it, but there's still a British sort of base as well. You know, we've got probably 8 or 9 British players, and I think that's really important as well. It keeps it the way it was, and that's nice.
It was Saracens was the rugby team.
Saracens.
Near enough. Near enough.
That was the one. Near enough.
Obviously, Ben, you've been the only new signing to be in the starting 11 so far this season. How have yourself and the other new signings gelled into the squad in the summer? Because it's largely the same team that ended last season.
I'm speaking from a kind of personal point of view. It's been so easy, mate. Honestly, it's been really, really easy. The players that we've got, I knew a few of them anyway, from playing with them along the way, kind of Craig Cathcart, Adrian Mariappa, Troy Dean, even Tom Cleverley. So I knew a few people anyway. So it was really easy to kind of come in and you knew people. But the few other players that have come in, they're just good people as well. You know, I think that's part of the process of signing players nowadays. Is you've got to do due diligence, and they've definitely done it with some of the players that we brought in because they're just good people as well. And I think that's just as important as having the kind of technical and the sort of abilities that go on a Saturday afternoon as well. To know that they will kind of gel and fit in well with the team.
Ben, we watched you in the studio earlier. Made 2 fantastic saves. Obviously, you've been at Watford before, but we're calling it a fresh start at Watford this season for you. To make those 2 saves at key points in the game, that gives you a lot of confidence, and it must give your defenders in front of you confidence to know that the last line of defence is there not to be beaten.
Yeah, I think I played against a team like Crystal Palace, who, you know, in all honesty, they're kind of a similar sort of build to us, really. You know, they're the sort of teams we need to be taking points from. So, you know, to get in at half time at sort of 0-0 and good to go again. And I know we've got a lot of fitness in our team. You know, the summer that we've had has been really quite hard, to be honest with you, especially for the outfield players. You know, they've been working so hard. So we know we've got fitness in the team. So if we can get to the start of the second half and sort of level pegging, then we know we've always got a chance to do it last week against Burnley as well. So yeah, we know if we can keep ourselves engaged, we will keep going until the 95th, 6th minute sort of thing. And lads showed it again today. You know, second half before we were the more dominant team. We created a lot more chances than what Palace did. And like I say, you know, I think it was Andy who said earlier, it was one of those games where it was kind of 50-50. We all had chances, but we took our chances and they didn't. It's as simple as that. And I think that's the way the Premier League will go this season. You know, there's a lot of teams. There's probably sort of 13, 14 teams that are going to be like that all season long, where if you can be the one that scores the goals and keep clean sheets at the other end, then you're going to do better than the most.
Ben, I just want to talk to you about distribution. I've known that you've always been able to kick the ball 70 yards, 80 yards, but I get the impression you really like playing in this team the way they play. You seem to be spraying it all over the place.
Yeah, it's nice. It is nice. You know, the way that we've been at West Brom over the last sort of 4 or 5 years, it's been, you know, well, it's a Tony Pulis way. It is the way it is. You know, the ball goes out for a goal kick, you take your time, everybody gets into set positions, same as free kicks, things like that. You need to let people get in their place and get set. Whereas here, they like to do it a little bit more off the cuff. We've got a lot more individually talented players that are looking to do it quick. You know, they want to start things, they want to start quick attacks and things like that. You know, couple that with the fact that we've got Troy and Andre up front, who I think will cause trouble to a lot of teams this season. You know, not just the top teams. Every team that we come against, I think they're going to cause a lot of trouble. So they're always looking to do it quick. I know if I hit a ball into Troy, for example, from 60, 70 yards, there's not many people that are going to be able to nick in front of him and get it off him. And as a goalie, that's nice. That's such a nice feeling, knowing that you don't have to always play out from the back. You can hit a long ball if needs be, and Troy's going to be there taking it down.
And Ben, we've got Spurs in the league next week. How do we approach that? Do we change our game plan, or do we just stick to what we've been doing?
I think we'll just stick to the way we're doing. I really do. The way the manager wants us to do it is always basically to press from the front. You know, he doesn't want us to sit back and sort of soak up pressure and try and nick something on the counter attack or anything. He wants us to be on the front for every single game we play. So at least all the players then know we're on a sort of, that's the way it is. That's the way the team are going to play today and next week and the week after. Don't get me wrong, Spurs are going to be a different proposition to Palace. They've got a lot of pace in the team, and Harry Kane, for example, he's a world-class finisher. But the way we've been going, honestly, I think 3 wins out of 3. We go into next week, nothing to lose.
Ben, really appreciate having you on the show. The coffees are on me next time we meet. Well done again today. Really appreciate you coming on. Thank you. That's Ben Foster, Watford FC, #1 goalkeeper, a man of the match display in my biased opinion.